Choosing the wrong defensive ammunition could cost you everything. With countless options flooding the market, separating marketing hype from proven performance becomes critical. These 7 rounds have earned their reputation through rigorous testing, law enforcement adoption, and real-world results. From innovative copper designs to time-tested bonded cores, here are the ammunition choices that could save your life. Number 7. 9mm Speer Gold Dot. Law enforcement agencies nationwide have trusted Speer Gold Dot for decades, establishing this ammunition as the benchmark for defensive performance. The bonded core construction utilizes Speer's exclusive unicore process, molecularly bonding the jacket to the lead core during manufacturing rather than applying it afterward. This engineering approach virtually eliminates core jacket separation, ensuring the bullet maintains structural integrity when encountering clothing, drywall, instead automotive glass. Available in multiple weight configurations from 115 grain to 147 grain, Gold Dot offers versatility for different barrel lengths and recoil preferences. The 124 grain plus P variant frequently exceeds FBI penetration standards, sometimes reaching 20 inches in ballistic gelatin while maintaining excellent expansion characteristics. Meanwhile, the 147 grain subsonic load delivers impressive expansion diameters, often measuring 0.55 inches or larger, creating substantial wound channels while producing notably soft recoil impulse. Testing through various barrel lengths reveals consistent performance, whether fired from compact pistols with 3.1-inch barrels or full-size service weapons approaching 4 inches. Velocity remains stable across platforms, contributing to predictable terminal ballistics regardless of the chosen firearm. The bonded construction proves particularly valuable when shooting through intermediate barriers, maintaining expansion reliability where conventional hollow points might fail. Speer frequently packages Gold Dot in 50-round boxes rather than the typical 20 or 25-round quantities common with premium defensive ammunition. This approach provides better value for training and practice, allowing shooters to verify function and accuracy without the excessive cost associated with smaller packaging. Pricing typically ranges from 80 cents to slightly over $1 per round, positioning Gold Dot competitively among premium defensive loads while delivering the performance reliability that made it a law enforcement staple. Number 6. 22 Magnum Hornady Critical Defense. The 22 Winchester Magnum rimfire cartridge gains new defensive credibility through Hornady's critical defense loading, transforming what many consider inadequate into genuinely viable personal protection ammunition. The polymer tip design addresses the primary weakness of traditional 22 Magnum hollow points: inconsistent expansion when encountering clothing or light barriers. That flexible polymer insert ensures reliable expansion initiation while preventing cavity plugging that plagued earlier hollow point designs. Velocity measurements from 3-inch barrels typically approach 1,200 feet per second, providing sufficient energy for the polymer tip mechanism to function effectively upon impact with soft tissue. Unlike many 22 Magnum loads that prioritize maximum velocity at the expense of controlled expansion, critical defense balances speed with terminal performance. Penetration depths consistently fall within the 13 to 14-inch range in ballistic gelatin, placing performance squarely within accepted defensive standards. Expansion reliability surpasses competing 22 Magnum options, including Federal Punch and Speer Gold Dot variants in this caliber. Federal Punch often achieves impressive penetration, but frequently fails to expand adequately, resulting in potentially excessive penetration through targets. Gold Dot demonstrates acceptable expansion in some testing scenarios, but lacks the consistency shown by Hornady's polymer tip design across various barrier materials. Accuracy remains excellent through lightweight revolvers where precise shot placement becomes critical given the cartridge's limited power. Recoil stays manageable even in ultralight platforms, allowing rapid follow-up shots when necessary. Cost per round approaches 41 cents for 50-round boxes, reflecting the specialized nature of defensive rimfire ammunition. For shooters committed to 22 Magnum platforms, critical defense represents the most reliable expansion characteristics available in this traditionally challenging caliber. Number 5. 32 ACP Underwood Stream Defender. Critics dismiss 32 ACP as inadequately powered for defensive applications, but Underwood's Extreme Defender challenges these assumptions through innovative projectile design that maximizes the cartridge's limited energy. The solid copper construction features precisely machined flutes that channel tissue and fluid outward, creating wound cavities significantly larger than traditional round-nose or hollow-point bullets achieve in this caliber. Unlike expansion-dependent designs, the fluted geometry functions regardless of velocity loss or barrier encounters. Penetration performance from ultra-compact pistols with 2-inch barrels reaches 9 to 12 inches in standardized testing, substantially improving upon conventional 32 ACP loads. The 55-grain bullet achieves approximately 950 feet per second from full-length barrels, though velocity decreases somewhat in the abbreviated barrels common to pocket pistols. Despite reduced velocity, the wound channel characteristics remain superior to ball ammunition or traditional hollow points that frequently fail to expand at 32 ACP energy levels. The fluted design creates tissue disruption through hydraulic action rather than relying on bullet deformation, ensuring consistent wounding performance regardless of impact velocity or intermediate barriers. This approach proves particularly valuable in 32 ACP, where traditional expanding bullets often lack sufficient energy for reliable expansion. The permanent wound cavity exceeds what most expanding bullets achieve in larger calibers, compensating somewhat for the cartridge's inherent power limitations. Pricing reflects the specialized nature and manufacturing complexity, often exceeding $1 per round and sometimes approaching $1.50 depending on availability. While expensive, the performance improvement over standard 32 ACP ammunition justifies the cost for those committed to ultra-compact platforms. The Extreme Defender transforms 32 ACP from marginally adequate to genuinely effective within the cartridge's limitations, offering the best possible performance from this classic caliber. Number 4. 22 LR Federal Punch. Federal Premium revolutionized rimfire defensive ammunition with punch, creating the first truly viable 22 LR self-defense load through careful engineering and extensive testing. The 29-grain projectile prioritizes deep straight-line penetration over dramatic expansion, recognizing that consistent penetration depth matters more than bullet diameter in such a small caliber. The nickel-plated lead core resists deformation while the optimized profile maintains trajectory stability through short-barrel handguns. Ballistic testing demonstrates remarkable consistency, with penetration depths regularly falling between 12 and 14 inches in standard gelatin regardless of clothing barriers. The flat-nose design punches forward rather than attempting to mushroom like traditional hollow points, maintaining momentum through the entire penetration path. This approach proves far more effective than conventional 22 LR hollow points that often expand prematurely and fail to achieve adequate penetration depth. Velocity from typical defensive pistols with 3.8-inch barrels approaches 1,050 feet per second, closely matching Federal's published specifications. Function reliability exceeds expectations in semi-automatic platforms where 22 LR ammunition traditionally struggles. The consistent powder charges and quality control eliminate many of the feeding and extraction issues that plague budget rimfire ammunition in defensive scenarios. Cost effectiveness remains impressive compared to centerfire alternatives, with pricing typically ranging from 20 to 25 cents per round. This affordability allows extensive practice and function testing without the financial burden associated with premium centerfire defensive loads. For shooters requiring minimal recoil due to physical limitations or those seeking an ultra-lightweight backup option, Federal Punch finally makes 22 LR a legitimate defensive choice rather than a last resort. Number 3. 380 ACP Underwood Extreme Defender Plus P. Underwood maximizes 380 ACP potential through their Extreme Defender Plus P loading, squeezing remarkable performance from cartridges typically considered marginal for defensive use. The 68-grain solid copper projectile utilizes the same fluted technology found in larger calibers, creating substantial tissue disruption without relying on expansion that often fails at 380 ACP velocities. The Plus P pressure loading pushes velocities toward 1,300 feet per second from compact pistols, approaching 1,400 feet per second from longer barrels. The fluted copper design channels hydraulic energy outward, creating permanent wound cavities significantly larger than traditional 380 ACP hollow points achieve. Since expansion doesn't factor into the wounding mechanism, performance remains consistent regardless of clothing barriers or velocity variations. This reliability proves crucial in 380 ACP, where conventional hollow points frequently fail to expand adequately, essentially performing like expensive ball ammunition. Recoil increases noticeably compared to standard pressure 380 loads, but remains manageable in quality firearms. The additional muzzle energy, approximately 250 foot-pounds, represents substantial improvement over conventional 380 ammunition while staying within acceptable recoil parameters for most shooters. Function reliability generally remains excellent, though Plus P pressures occasionally challenge ultra-compact pistols with minimal operating mass. Manufacturing costs reflect the precision machining required for the fluted design, with pricing ranging from $1.20 to $1.50 per round, depending on availability. The expense proves worthwhile for those committed to 380 platforms, delivering centerfire quality terminal performance from what many consider an underpowered cartridge. Underwood transforms 380 ACP from barely adequate to genuinely effective, maximizing the cartridge's defensive potential through innovative engineering rather than simply increasing velocity. Number 2. 45 ACP Federal Hydroshock. Federal's Hydroshock has dominated 45 ACP defensive ammunition discussions since its introduction in 1989, earning widespread acceptance through consistent performance and innovative design features. The 165-grain loading offers reduced recoil compared to traditional 230-grain 45 ACP loads while maintaining effective terminal ballistics. The center post hollow point design creates controlled expansion through hydraulic pressure, with the central post supporting the expansion pedals and preventing overexpansion that could limit penetration. Velocity from full-size pistols approaches 1,060 feet per second, generating approximately 412 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. This combination places penetration depths consistently within the 12 to 13.5-inch range, perfectly matching FBI penetration guidelines. Expansion diameters frequently reach 0.69 to 0.70 inches, creating substantial wound channels while maintaining adequate penetration depth through various clothing barriers. The bonded construction ensures core and jacket remain together when encountering intermediate barriers, preventing the fragmentation that sometimes occurs with conventional jacketed hollow points. Nickel-plated brass cases enhance corrosion resistance and improve feeding reliability in semi-automatic platforms. The plating also facilitates easier extraction and reloading for those who reload their ammunition. Function testing across numerous 45 ACP platforms reveals excellent reliability in properly maintained firearms. The lighter bullet weight often improves cycling in pistols that struggle with heavier loads, while the proven hollow point geometry initiates expansion reliably across various impact velocities. Pricing approaches $2 per round, reflecting the precision manufacturing and extensive testing required for premium defensive ammunition. Despite the cost, Hydroshock represents proven performance that countless professionals have trusted for over 3 decades. Number 1. 40 Smith & Wesson Remington Gold Saber Bonded. Remington's Gold Saber Bonded delivers exceptional 40 Smith & Wesson performance through advanced bonded core technology that maintains bullet integrity during barrier penetration while achieving reliable expansion in soft tissue. The 165-grain projectile represents optimal weight for the 40 Smith & Wesson cartridge, balancing penetration depth with manageable recoil characteristics. The hot bonding process fuses the lead core to the brass jacket at the molecular level, eliminating separation concerns that plague conventional jacketed hollow points. Velocity testing reveals consistent performance across barrel lengths, with compact pistols achieving approximately 1,025 feet per second, while full-size service weapons approach 1,084 feet per second. This velocity consistency ensures predictable terminal ballistics regardless of platform choice, allowing law enforcement agencies to standardize ammunition across various duty weapons. Penetration depths consistently fall within the 16.5-inch range, comfortably within FBI specifications, while providing adequate margin for various threat scenarios. Expansion characteristics remain impressively consistent, with mushroomed bullets typically measuring 0.55 to 0.58 inches, regardless of barrel length or intermediate barriers. The reduced nose diameter enhances bore alignment and contributes to match-grade accuracy at defensive distances. The optimized jacket thickness requires minimal energy for expansion initiation, ensuring reliable performance even at reduced velocities encountered with shorter barrels. Originally restricted to law enforcement agencies, Gold Saber Bonded now offers civilian shooters access to previously exclusive technology. The ammunition demonstrates exceptional weight retention through barriers while maintaining the controlled expansion necessary for effective threat neutralization. Manufacturing quality reflects Remington's extensive experience in defensive ammunition production, delivering consistency that professionals demand. The bonded construction and proven terminal ballistics make Gold Saber Bonded the premier choice for serious 40 Smith & Wesson applications. These 7 rounds deliver proven stopping power when it matters most. Which ammunition do you trust for self-defense? Drop your choice in the comments below and subscribe for more essential firearm content.